Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamshtam Shri Rupam Sagragatam Sahagana Matam Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So just want to check if I am audible. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, Prabhu, you are audible, sir.
Okay, good. So recently, we attended the Holy Name Retreat, which is an annual event, conducted by His Holiness Sachinandan Swami Maharaj and His Grace Bhurijan Prabhuji on the foothills of Govardhan. So few devotees had a great fortune of attending, and I was one of them. So I thought that I'll share a few points from what we learned from the Holy Name Retreat. It was a 5-day retreat. So Bhurijan Prabhuji and Sachinandan Swami Maharaj spoke on different topics. Bhurijan Prabhu took us through the Sikshastakam, the importance of Sikshastakam and how it helps us to improve our chanting and glorifies the holy name in the whole process. And Sachinandan Swami Maharaj took a verse from Nectar of Instruction, 7th verse from Nectar of Instructions. Nectar of Instruction. If you want, you can open that verse. So today I thought I'll highlight few points which Sachinandan Swami Maharaj took from that verse. So to start with, we will recite that verse. Syat Krishna Nama Charitadi Sitapi Avidya Pitopatapta Rasanasya Naruchi Kanu Kintu Adarad Anudinam Khalusheva Justa Swad Vikramad Bhavati Tadgada Mulahantri. So Maharaj highlighted that this verse is very important, that how we can improve our chanting. So the translation of this verse is: the holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet like sugar candy. So the word sita is there. Sitapi avidya. Syat Krishna Nam Charit Adi Sita. That means that Krishna's holy name, character, pastimes, and so forth, they are like sugar candy. Okay. Although the tongue of one afflicted by jaundice of avidya cannot taste anything sweet, pitoputapta rasanasya na rochika. So that means that a person who is afflicted by jaundice cannot taste anything sweet. No. No means, oh, how wonderful it is. Kintu adarad anudinam. Kintu means but. So what is wonderful for a person who is afflicted by jaundice? There's something wonderful. And that is, if that person takes the holy name with adarad and anudinam. So there are two important points which Maharaj highlighted, which is adarad. Adarad, Srila Prabhupada has translated carefully, adarad. Now here, adarad in Hindi, if you see adar, right? Adar is carefully and respectfully. So Maharaj said that adarad can also mean affectionate respect. So holy names needs to be taken by affectionate respect. Also, Anudinam. Anudinam means every day or 24 hours daily. So these were the important points which Maharaj highlighted. These two things, if taken every day and with the holy names, if taken every day with respectful affection, then they can help us. With what? So I will continue the translation. It is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens within his tongue, and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root, mula of the root. It is the destroyer, hantri. Swadvi kramat bhavati tad gada mula hantri. So in this verse, nectar of instruction, 7th verse, the thing which is highlighted is that holy name, they are as sweet as sugar candy. But at this point of time, we are not tasting that sweetness. And what is the reason? The reason is we are afflicted by a disease. The disease is jaundice. The disease is jaundice, and because of jaundice, a person cannot taste the sweetness of sugar candy. Similarly, what is the disease of human beings, the living entities, who are trying to take the names, the devotees, in their initial stages, in our initial stages of Krishna consciousness, we are trying to take the holy names. But somehow, because we are currently afflicted by a disease, we are not tasting the transcendental sweetness of the holy names. And what is the disease?
Avidya.
Avidya. And since how long are we afflicted by this disease? Like jaundice, you start getting some symptoms. You can get fever, you can get indigestion, right? You can get discoloration, some yellowish color, and you can tell the doctor that since so many days you are getting these symptoms. Now the doctor then identifies or try to identify the since these many days you are suffering. Now what about all of us? Since how long are we suffering from this disease of avidya?
Millions of births.
Billions of birth. It is, we can say, some people can say few days, few months, few years, but it is not just few lifetimes, but we cannot even recollect how many lifetimes. Since how many lifetimes are we afflicted by this disease of ignorance? Ignorance has been further elaborated by our acharyas and also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that this ignorance starts from what? Can someone highlight that what is the bottom line of this ignorance? So other than Shanmukh Prabhu, or I will just get answers from Shanmukh Prabhu. So I want others also to participate, or they can just drop their answers on the chat box. Like, since how long are we suffering from ignorance? Is we said, n number of years, n number of lifetimes, innumerable. Sometimes, it is said eternity, since eternity. Now, from where does this ignorance start? Is my question.
Like I am this body.
Yeah. Yes. So one is, the first point is misidentification of the self. First point is misidentification of the self, right? And second is that we then end up identifying with what we are not, which is this body. So when we forget our self-identity, then we identify with the body and then things around this body, right? And then we end up trying to enjoy things which are satisfying to this body. And if we don't get sufficient enjoyment, we are frustrated by not really getting any enjoyment. Then what happens? We develop anger. So these are the stages which our acharyas have described of ignorance, right? Avidya. And avidya is a diseased person who in short thinks of himself, he's trying to give more importance to the material world because of misidentification, more importance to the bodily needs, right? And is 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 not at all serious about spiritual life, Krishna consciousness, right? Now, how can we help? What is the process? What is the thing which can help us to overcome this ignorance? What is the process? The process which is given in this verse itself, right? Which is, if we take up to regular chanting, right? We take up to regular chanting, anudinam, or 24 hours chanting, right? And also adarat, respectful affection. So now when it comes to adarat, adar, something is opposite to adar, which is anadar, right? You are disrespectful to someone. And every day before we take to chanting, we recite some verses, right? What do we recite? Not the verses, the 10 offenses, right?
Yes.
The 10 offenses. So those 10 offenses are of what? 10 offenses to the
Holy name of the Lord.
To the holy name of the Lord, right? Now, the first thing is to help ourselves. Because when Prabhupada says that we should chant, he adds 2 words before chanting. He says, offenseless, attentive chanting. So regular and respectful, affectionate chanting includes offenseless, attentive chanting. Until and unless we don't come over this offenseless stage of chanting, there is no hope that we will be able to relish the sweetness, the transcendental sweetness of holy names. So the bottom line is that we have to cultivate this thing, that we will be chanting offenselessly. This is the bottom line. Of all the offenses, the base which kind of give nutrition to other offenses is inattentive chanting. Inattentive is very disrespectful actually. Adarat and anadar. Respectful affection, and opposite of that is disrespectful. Because if we are not attentive, we are kind of saying to Krishna that I don't need you, I don't care you. Someone is there at your door, someone has come, you have invited the person has not come on his or on her own, but you have invited that person. But now when that person has come, you're not giving any attention to the person, you're not giving any respect to the person, you're not giving any honor to the person, you are busy in some other things. So that is disrespect. That is inattention. And because of that inattention, all other offenses also fructify. So all of us need to help each other to come over this inattentiveness, right? Which only we can help ourselves. It is said, when we talk about these 10 offenses, what is the remedy of overcoming these 10 offenses? Can anyone share? Or everyone, you can just share on the chat, or you can just unmute yourselves.
Sorry, Prabhu, I was on mute. I was saying we have to come to temple early morning and chant with the association of devotees.
Strong determination.
Prabhuji, are you audible? You're not audible.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, now am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu, you're audible now.
Okay, so I see devotees are saying that association of devotee can help us overcome offenses, prayers, following the instructions of a spiritual master, strong determination, and strong sadhana. Yeah, Vikas Bro.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. Coming in the morning to a temple to doing chanting along with the devotees.
Right. So if we refer to Harinam Chintamani, and because most of these devotees are from Bangalore, we remember that Harishet Prabhu took a session on this, and it is highlighted there in that book, what can help us overcome these offenses. And that is the name itself. Only the name can help us overcome these offenses. If we take to more and more names. Now, can offensive names help us overcome the offensive chanting we are doing? So when it is said that the name itself can help us, right? But can the offensive name, if we continue to take offensive name, then can the offenses be removed by taking those offensive name? So it is highlighted.
No.
The names, yes, the names, but the name primarily it is said the kirtan. When we sit in kirtan amongst the highly elevated pure Vaishnavas, when we sing the kirtan amongst highly elevated pure sincere souls, that kirtan helps us overcome these offenses. So what do we mean by kirtan? Kirtan also includes chanting silently on our beats, and also loud kirtan, congregational chanting, right? So both the things. So when devotees are saying strong sadhana, determination, following the instructions of a spiritual master, going to the temple, chanting amongst devotees, we should always seek the opportunity to chant amongst elevated Vaishnavas by attending programs like this Holy Name Retreat, the Govardhan Retreat, or any opportunity we get in Bangalore when senior devotees are coming to our centers and temples, try to seek opportunity to chant along with them when they are doing kirtan, to be part of those kirtans more and more and more and more. Give your heart to it, give your soul to it. That can help us overcome these offenses. And also we should make all the efforts uh, to really not intentionally do these offenses, right? So this is one part of it which can help us, like how to remove the another part, right? Now in Hari Bhakti Vilas 17th chapter verse number 129, Srila Sanatan Goswami and Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami highlights that how we can cultivate the respectful affection, right? Adar, respectful affection for the holy names. And there are six practices which have been described, six practices to gain that respectful affection. When we are talking about respectful affection, means that we should respectfully chant the holy names, right? And also with affection. What is our goal by chanting? What do we want to achieve? What is our goal when we are prayojan, right? What is our prayojan of everything we are doing in Krishna consciousness?
To attain ultimate love of Krishna, true love of Krishna.
Yes, prem, right? Love. And when you want to love someone, when you really fall in love someone, how do you handle that person? With care, attention, and affection, right? So when we are chanting the names of Krishna, who is our love, then we have to put our heart in it. We have to chant those names with affection, with care, with attention, with respect, right? So to do those things, to practice, to come to that stage of having that affection, that respect, that love for Krishna, it is described in our scriptures in Hari Bhakti Vilas primarily. So 6 points, let me highlight those 6 points so that I don't miss out, and you can write down or you can listen to the recording. The first which was highlighted by Maharaj was that we have to basically withdraw our mind from material things. We have to withdraw our mind from material things. And there are three things within that withdrawing of mind from material things. So first point is we have to withdraw our mind from material things. And how to withdraw? First is to acknowledge and recognize what is hampering my attention, to recognize what is not helping me focus on the name, right? Second is to step back. And third is to then fill with Krishna conscious mind, right? Our affection, our heart into it. So first point, how to gain that respectful affection is withdraw our mind from material things. And what can help us to withdraw our mind from material things? To first recognize what is that material object, what is that material thing which is pulling my attention, step back from that object, that thing, and then fill it with Krishna conscious activities. So first point is withdraw our mind from material things. Right? Second is sochanam. Sochanam means cleanliness, external cleanliness and internal cleanliness. When we sit for chanting, we should sit only after taking bath. Only after taking bath. Because when we sleep at night, there is a thick layer of avidya in our mind and also external body. They are kind of juices, secretions all over body. So that needs to be cleansed, right? Also, internal cleanliness. Internal cleanliness, what actually helps us to be clean, both external and internal, the water. And if we use water for Achman, right? So devotees, when they go into altar for deity worship, they do Achman. That Achman helps for internal cleanliness. We take names of Krishna, right? Some people take 3 names, 12 names, or 24 names. But if you learn to do Achman, right? Or internally think, deeply about Krishna when we are chanting the Panchatattva mantra, think deeply, right? Pray in a prayerful mood, in a mood of gratitude towards our spiritual master, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, towards Krishna, praying for them, right? This is Sochanam, external and internal cleanliness. The third point is Maunam, silence. When we are chanting, there should not be any distraction. You should not entertain any kind of distraction, whether it is devices or person. When you are sitting to chant, you are sitting to chant, and that's all. We being part of the management, there are sometimes devotees come to you when you are chanting, but we have to make sure that the people around you, they gradually understand that this person will not entertain any talks when he's chanting or during morning sadhana. The management time starts after 9:30 a.m., after the morning Bhagavatam class. But before that, we are not there to. If there is some emergency, that may be something else. But otherwise, some devotees, some people are just casual. They just walk into you anytime, right? So we have to make our own shield around us, that my time with Krishna will not be hampered by anyone, anything, right? So Maunam, that is important. Third point. Fourth thing is mantrata chintanam, at focusing on the meaning of the name, right? That when we are chanting Hare Krishna mantra, Prabhupada has highlighted what is the meaning of the name. Every word has a meaning. Hare, Ram, and Krishna. We should focus on the meaning. Try to, know the meaning of each word and try to focus on them, right? The fifth thing is we should take the names not in haste. That we should clearly chant those names, and that pace can be different for different devotees. We there are devotees who have standardized things, 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes, like 6 to 7 minutes. But for some devotees, it can be 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, or some devotees, it can be, 6 minutes. But the principle is it should not be taken in haste. And the last principle, which can help us to develop affectionate, respectful mood, is to not have any kind of dejection, right? That we should not be, too morose or too helpless or too dejected, that, does the process work? So have that patience, right? Don't be dejected unnecessarily. So these things, these 6 practices actually help us to get that respectful affection. So these are the principles which His Holiness Sachidanand Swami Maharaj highlighted, in his talk. So this was from Nectar of Instruction, 7th verse, in which Srila Rupa Goswami highlighted, has mentioned those 2 words, Adarat and Anudinam. So it has to be regular. Now, regular also means Prabhupada has said daily or 24 hours a day, right? So 24 hours a day means taking names, also being conscious of Krishna. It's International Society of Krishna Consciousness. So we have to make sure that Anudina means minute after minute, we are conscious of Krishna. That means we are not impacted by our wrong identity, right? That avidya means wrong identity. identity. Wrong identity means that I am this body. So unnecessarily engage ourselves in material things, right? So gradually, all of us should help each other to try to chant with attention, with care, with love, with affection, with respect, right? So these were the points which I thought I will bring forward to you, which we just heard from Sachinandan Swami Maharaj in the Holy Name Retreat. And I will request all of you that if you really have time, if you can take out some time from your busy schedule, try to attend these events, the retreats which are conducted by senior Vaishnavas, and they will help you immensely in your spiritual lives. Hare Krishna. So I'll now open the floor for any comments or question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Amal Gadadhar Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I have one question. Prabhuji, sometimes while doing the chanting, we are thinking about the whole day's seva. Thoughts comes like how we can plan the book distribution or any other seva. So is it justified, Prabhuji?
So the most important seva is to take the holy names of Lord, right? And for devotees who are 24 hours involved in seva, if they just think about their seva, then they will not be able to take names with attention, with care, with affection, and with respect. So we should try not to think about anything, but try to be attentive, try to be in prayerful mood, try to take those names with affection, love, and care. Gradually, we all will come if we try to cultivate that habit. So things will come, because first we think about, oh, that seva, and then, oh, I also have seva towards my family members. Oh, that includes that I have my seva in the office, or that happened in my project and that was not working. So this the mind will gradually take you away from the name. Okay, so any other question or comment?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. This is
Dandavat.
Brajavasi.
Yes,
Prabhuji, during morning chanting, initially we think of like we will be focusing on the holy name and all our gurus and chant it. But in between, without our knowledge, some other thoughts are coming and going. That time we are actually pulling us back to the holy name chanting. So how to handle this situation? They said like how to take care of this one.
So, devotees can adapt their own ways, how they can become more attentive, right, in their chanting. Some devotees keep the holy names in front of them. So, or some devotees keep photograph of Radha Krishna, Gaur Nitai, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. Or like in this group, we have the moving names, right, which helps us. If you see those moving names, you again come back to, even if your mind deviates, wavers, then it comes back. Or I remember that once a devotee, Amog Leela Prabhu, I think so, he came and he said that you can make couplets of names like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, two of each, and you start focusing, like chant little louder, even in mind, Hare Krishna, then Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and then second time you chant the second couplet, Hare Krishna, little louder, and then Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then third time, the third couplet, which is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. So you try to, that helps. We have to somehow or the other bring our mind back to the names.
Okay.
Right. So, and for different devotees, different things can work, because this is kind of a very personal thing, right? How I can bring my mind back. So, and Sachinandan Swami Maharaj and Bhurijan Prabhu quite a number of times highlighted that we should chant in a sitting posture. with
Yes.
back straight, right? Chanting casually should be avoided as far as possible. If your health allows and everything is good, then at least not, outside our house. Even if you want to stand or walk and chant, you should be around the deities, something. So it is very individual thing, Prabhuji, and different things work for different devotees. So see what works best for you.
Okay, Prabhuji. Dhanyavad, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Ati Sundari Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Prabhuji, as you told, we should attend that Japa retreat, right? Prabhuji, I have attended many Japa retreat. कुछ दिन तो आपका वो अटेंड करने के बाद जपा बहुत अच्छा चलता है. Again you forgot all the points. और तो वो ऐसे कुछ points बताइए कि जो वो हमारे दिमाग में रहे और हमेशा आपका जपा हमेशा अच्छा चलता रहे.
Right. A good question. And many devotees ask the same question in the retreat. So, what Maharaj said and what Buri and Prabhuji said was that we should take that mood along with us, take that memories with us, right? That we went to Ther Kadam, chanted 64 rounds. We went to Kusum Sarovar and on the foothills of Girraj did Kirtan, whole day. And then we were amongst devotees hearing, then we were taking notes, then try to revise those notes, try to take the notes. Also, from what we are doing in this group is every Sunday, some of the other devotee comes and talks about chanting, talks about holy name, right? So that is one thing which helps me personally immensely in my own chanting. So something, that helps you. So we have to carry this mood. And if every week or, this doesn't work, then every day reading, a devotee highlighted that reading something from the holy name book, Nam Amrita, or there are so many books like the living name. So there are so many books written by devotees, right? So we can read a sentence or a page or, a chapter from that book, whatever works for devotees. So, we have to somehow carry this forward, that the mood, the importance of holy names, that this is so important for us.
Yes, thank you so much, Prabhu. I will definitely try what you told, like every day one shloka or one page or one paragraph about holy name. I will try, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, Shobha Mataji, yeah. Shobha Mataji, you can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, by mistake it happened.
Okay, sure. So, good. So, Mataji, Param Kanti Mataji has nicely put forward the points. Okay, thank you very much, devotees. We'll end the Japa talk here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.